5 seconds. Start. Madam, I thank you profoundly for giving me this opportunity to speak on the motion of thanks on the President's address. Madam, I was very happy to hear the President's address because he covered various people centric activities and he also mentioned about economic growth, environment, employment, helping farmers, and various other developmental activities. It is a welcome move that the government is envisaging to do various developmental activities in the coming 5 years. This session assumes great significance, especially after the massive mandate the BJP or the NDA has got for the second time. A massive mandate means huge responsibility. There are a lot of expectations from the public. The people are expecting a lot from this government, especially people of my state of Andhra Pradesh. Translation of the aspirations of the people into reality will require a great deal of cooperation between the center and the states. We wish this government extends maximum support to states like Andhra Pradesh or other states which are not ruled by the BJP. Madam, coming to the issues, I would like to say that agriculture is the backbone of our economy. More than 70% of the people in our country are dependent on agriculture and its various allied activities. The agrarian distress is huge in the country, maybe due to the various cyclones that have hit our country or the series of drought which have affected the farmers or the low MSP which the farmers are having to deal with these days. Then the climate change and inconsistent rains have affected the farming community a great deal. So we request the government to take steps to keep up their word. The government had promised that they would double the income of farmers in the coming 5 years. They promised it during their previous tenure. Hopefully, they take enough initiatives to double the income of farmers. I would like to talk about my state. The agriculture sector in Andhra Pradesh is in huge distress. The plight of the farmers is described in detail by the NABARD in its All India Rural Financial Inclusion Survey 2016-17. Agricultural households in Andhra Pradesh have an average income of rupees 7,000 per month, which is very low by any standards. The average monthly income for the country for the farming community is rupees 9,000, and this leaves only with a surplus of rupees 350 per family. Kindly imagine what the farmers can do with this surplus of rupees 350. They are in huge trouble. So, the government has to come up with more initiatives to help the farmers. To understand the magnitude of the plight of farmers, I will just give you some details. Andhra Pradesh tops the list of indebtedness of the farmers. The percentage of indebtedness of the farmers in Andhra Pradesh is 77%, whereas the national average is only 47%. So, if you just see the figures in 2014, when our new state of Andhra Pradesh was formed, the state level banking community pegged our farmers' loans at rupees 87,612 crore, but in 4 years it has increased to rupees 1,30,436 crore. Madam, the poor farmers are in a downward spiral. They need a way out. The government should come out with good initiatives. What the government has promised is exactly not enough, and more initiatives needs to be done, because with this sort of support I do not think doubling of farmers income is possible. I think Swaminathan committee report has to be implemented. Talking about the other national level issues, I would like to talk about the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Act. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016 was framed with the purpose of addressing the NPA problem, which is crippling the whole banking sector in the country. As per the data released by the Ministry of Finance, the gross NPA ratio of public sector banks is as high as 14.6%, which is really very high. Banks are catalysts for industrial and economic growth. If the banks are crippled by NPAs, there is no way the economy is going to grow. There is no way our GDP rate is going to be maintained. Madam, I would like to cite an example, because there is a proverb which says a stitch in time saves nine. There are various sectors which need immediate attention. I would like to quote about one sector, especially the coal based thermal power projects. In 2008, the capacity of coal based thermal power projects was 76,048 megawatt, but in these 10 years till 2018 it grew to 1,97,171 megawatt. If you take a capital outlay of rupees 5 crore per megawatt, it is an additional burden with debt equity ratio of 75 is to 25. It is an additional burden of rupees 4,50,000 crore on the banks. But if you see the actual ground reality, it is entirely different. Stop.